And what's going on, my people? Detroit Dion here. Orlando Real is the show, about to take over the 407. Mark my words. We're over here at DJ Depot. We're right over here in the South Orange Blossom Trail, right by the Florida Mall. I tagged him in there if you want to come check it out. But this is DJ Depot, brand new place. I'm gonna take you in here and meet Mr. Steve Torok, and he's gonna give you a little information about this. So all my DJ people, all my business owners, you want to franchise, you want to start a business, let's go in and see what's going on. Follow me. As we enter into the place, this is my man Steve right here. Steve, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Steve.
That's Steve. All right, that's Mr. Steve. And is it Torok?
It's close enough. It's Torok.
Torok. All right, Mr. Steve Torok. All right, this gentleman is. Now, what is your position at DJ Depot? Tell the people, what you're doing here.
Officially, I'm a management consultant. I'm also part owner in this business. So what I do is I open up the business, I make sure that it's up and running, and then I train managers to run it.
Okay.
And then after they are well trained and running properly, then I move on, and hopefully we open up a couple more.
Beautiful. Okay, now for the guests that don't know, when did the doors open on this building?
They're not officially open yet.
We're not officially.
You get a sneak peek.
Yeah, all right. Perfect. So it's perfect. So do you plan on having a grand opening and all that stuff that businesses do?
Yes, we are. I'm just working on that right now, actually. I just sent an email detailing the strategy as to when we're going to open, advertising and all that. And likely the second or the third week of January is when we're going to open.
All right, so roughly around there, second or third week January, and he's over here strategizing. You heard that right there. So just give me a walk by on what's going on in here, and I'll follow you.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you for coming in, by the way. I really appreciate you being
definitely.
here.
Oh, yes.
Really nice. So when you walk into the store, we are going to have a stage right at the end there. We have sort of a temporary goalpost truck set up, but that's really where the stage is going to go. That's what we're going to have.
Take me down there.
Yeah, come on down. So if you can look down here, you get a pretty good visual. We'll have a stage up against that wall there. We're going to have some taller trucks going up above it. We're going to have all kinds of lighting across it, so you can actually see each light one at a time with fog, haze, whatever you want to do. So it's going to be creating a really nice atmosphere. Overhead, we have a circle truss. We're going to have a bunch more moving heads on there. We're going to have some other effect lights. And we'll have a whole wall of speakers. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to come in and listen to 6 or 7 different models of speakers side by side.
Nice.
We can do a blind speaker test, so you're not actually just buying on what the sales guy tells you.
I like that.
You can come in here and you go, okay, well, I want to hear it, 80 feet away. So you can go all the way to the end of our showroom and you can hear each speaker facing the wall, and then that way you'll know exactly which is the sound that you like, that you're looking for when you go out and work a gig, or you're doing an install in a club, or whatever you want to do, right?
Beautiful. I like that.
Yeah, it's a really great way of buying speakers, and I always recommend that. People always go on, I'm part of a bunch of Facebook groups, right? And they're always, what should I buy? I'm thinking about this speaker. Oh, I love this speaker. And then you have a bunch of people coming in going, no, don't get this one instead. It's so much better.
Right.
And I always ask the question, well, have you heard them side by side? Have you had a speaker shootout?
That's true.
And they always say no, they have not. So how can you possibly make a comment, which one's better, which one you like better? You don't even know, right? You really have no idea.
Just going on brand names and for preferences. I like this brand, so exactly. And so now you got all these brands doing different level speakers. So you have that challenge too. People might tell you a brand, but then you got different series, different levels of speaker brand. Very interesting.
It's a challenge. So you'll be able to come in here and hear most of what's on the market that's really popular, and maybe a couple side pieces as well that you might want to listen to.
Beautiful. So that's going to be, so that you'll have little demo stuff going on there, speakers, DJs, whatever on the end right there. You said an actual stage?
Yep, we're going to have an actual stage that you'll be able to step up on, and we'll have performers. We'll have people coming in and signing autographs and doing little 20-minute performances, stuff like that.
Okay, beautiful. So at DJ Depot, you've got everything from, tell us what you got, because it looks like you've got the units, you've got lighting. Is it because I know you also got that whole Ableton thing kicking off. And for you, those of you that don't know Ableton, what we describe it as a program for
music production, music editing, video editing, or video production.
Right.
It's really, really powerful. Then we had our little hour and a half, 2 hour introduction to it by the actual Ableton rep. He flew in, he did the intro, and let me tell you, my staff that had been in this industry for a long time, I think there was drool, there were some really, really surprised.
Right.
You know, some of them weren't breathing for a while when we did this whole demo. The things that you can do with it is absolutely amazing. So we'll be actually starting a course.
Okay.
We'll do an introductory course for $100.
Okay.
We're taking names for it now. We have over 40 people on that list already. We haven't advertised, we've done nothing. We have 40 people on the list that want to take this course.
Yes.
And after that, we get into more detailed, you know, really 4 or 8 week courses, and you know the pricing varies on that. But anyways, it's going to be really cool. I'll show you a second where the classrooms are too. But while we're here, just want to touch on this real quick. So instead of seeing boxes, you won't see boxes here once we're actually open. We're just receiving stock every day, so you don't get to see it all. But we'll have stations everywhere. You're going to be able to come in and touch, play with anything that you want to try out. All the gear is going to be here. We're going to have a little kids section. We're going to have a few different headphone listening stations.
Nice.
We'll have each of these areas dedicated to a particular brand.
Okay.
You see the 3 areas here that are sort of a mess right now?
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Already, as you can tell. We don't even have the lighting up here yet.
All right.
We're still under construction.
This is raw right here. All right.
Yeah. But in here, you'll be able to come in. You'll have your own chair. You can sit down and play with Ableton.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, this is the Ableton, and we got the Push 2 right there. That's 2, correct? Yes. Incredible machine. And like this gentleman said, the Ableton has so many possibilities. Like he said, his people were drooling when they had the Ableton reps come in. And there's actually people, because I got to push and I'm learning Ableton, so I'm learning stuff online. There's actually people that are using Ableton for full DJ, taking Ableton out with them and DJing.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So
and
like
performing really, really well.
Really, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
So if you don't know about Ableton and Push 2, check it out. And then once this thing is clean, you'll come in here and feel the gear and try it out. And the classes and all that stuff are going to be popping. So if you want a nice fast track to learning the machines, you know, coaching, like we talk, coaching, mentoring, finding someone who's ahead of you to show you that is the way to go in business, sports, music, whatever. All right.
You got it. So we can continue the tour this way if you like.
Yes, let's do it.
So when you come in the entrance and then you turn to your right, you enter our lounge or cafe.
Nice. So you got a lounge cafe in DJ Depot. That's very smart. I like that.
We do. We will be selling a couple different flavored coffees.
Okay.
And then
nice wood floors. I like the floors.
Yeah, thank you. It's the seating. It's actually vinyl.
We got rooms over here.
We'll have a little office here.
Okay.
Now, this is an office that if you're an independent DJ, you're not part of a DJ company, you don't have an office, you have to meet clients either at their place or you have to meet them in your garage or anything like that. Well, now you have an office you can come to.
Man, I love what you're doing right there. I just saw Studio One, which is the photography guy, and he put out a video a little while ago. He said I have 2 spaces left for photographers, so I went on there to check it out, and he's doing office spaces for photographers and this and that, and this is great. This is great right here.
So it's
wow, my DJs out there, they're gonna have office space if you want to push your game up and get a little more professional for meeting and doing business with your clients, correct?
Exactly. And now you can also, because we rent gear too, we do production as well, we deliver, we set it up, we do a little bit of that. We're not going to get into big lineries and big concerts, it's not our forte, right?
Okay.
But for the average DJ, or even beyond average DJ, what we can do is, you can bring your client here, and you can show them a bunch of uplighting, you can show them a bunch of effect lighting that you can actually rent, and you make the margins, or you make your profit on renting from us.
That's really cool.
So we give you a break in the rental, and
that's cool.
You make money on
I like that. My DJ buddies out there, I know a lot of us on DJ Media, we know we put out, we need lights, we need this and that. So you can come here, you can bring your clients here, utilize the office if you need to, and you can actually show them your uplighting and show them different pieces of gear. And you know, when it comes to creating an event, whatever you guys can come up with in your brain, I'm sure these guys got outlets for all stuff from pipe and draping light. Like if you need stuff, I'm sure these guys know somebody that knows somebody. If you don't have it, I'm sure you can push somebody. You go over to here.
Yep, that's the idea. We're going to have a little bit of pipe and drape as well. Not really to be in that game. We're not going to have staging to rent. We don't have the space to do all that. But we can show your client what it will look like, and we can actually help you make that sale.
That's really cool.
Right?
I like it. I like it. So we are. Let me get a little picture of the little glass right there. So we are walking into.
This is our music production classroom, which is not furnished yet.
Okay, music production classroom right here. And okay, so give us a fly-by-night music production classroom. What's going to be? I mean, it's music production, obviously. Go ahead with what's going to be going on in here.
Okay, so we're going to touch on a bunch of different DAWs.
Okay.
So Ableton's going to be probably the main one to go with, but we will touch on other things as well. We'll have 7 or 8 different stations in here.
Okay, 7 or 8
plus
stations.
Your instructor.
Okay.
And then we have a studio here. This is actually separate from this room.
Okay.
We have window here
separate.
so that we can have a controller outside if we need to.
Okay.
Inside, let's go take a look at that. The little studio is going to be a sound booth, really.
All right, rock and roll.
So it's already soundproofed inside the walls, but we're also going to have acoustic panels in here.
Hey.
And you're going to be able to rent things like
So
a $2,000 vocal mic.
Oh, okay.
That you wouldn't be able to normally just go and buy off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be able to come in here and go, yes, you can have that for half an hour. No
Right.
problem, it will be a few bucks.
Oh,
We just
you
want
guys
you to
do
have
that.
access to it,
Okay.
right? We don't want it to be free because then everybody and their dog would be in here. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll use that, I'll use that.
Exactly.
But we want it to be really, really affordable. So you can come in here and use premium equipment and not spend a whole lot of money.
I like it. I like it. Man, I've already been here for maybe 15 minutes. I've already learned more that I've learned through the online process. Like, this is great. And the people you guys are going to eat this up.
Awesome.
This is great. So this would be considered the vocal booth? Or would this...
I don't know. We're just calling it a studio for
Studio
now.
for now?
I don't know. We're not naming it yet.
Okay, no,
We'll wait.
no concrete names yet.
We'll wait to see if there's a sponsor that wants to step up. Now this
I
room
like that.
is a mess.
Okay.
I tell you right now, it's a mess. But this is going to be our DJ classroom.
DJ classroom, rock and roll. Okay.
This is where we're going to have 6 stations plus the instructor.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And then
DJ classroom, I like it, I like it.
a really important part, the bathroom,
Yes.
which is not 100%
Got your
done
restrooms
yet.
over here. People are going to be putting in work. You're going to need to have some coffee and use the restroom.
They're going to have to, unfortunately. Yeah.
Necessities.
Necessities.
I like it.
So, and then back here.
Wow, we got another room back here.
They're doing all the floors. They're putting new cement down, so it's nice and flush. This is going to be a rental area, so you're going to be able to pull around the back.
Oh, very nice. Have your separate entrance for what you're doing.
So there you go. So if you need rentals, you just come in the back, you pick up, and you're on your way up.
Very nice. Cool. You guys got the front end, the back. That's great.
Yep.
So you'll be housing gear here to get out.
This is our rental department here,
Perfect.
and then that's the stock room, which
Right.
is an even bigger mess. We don't need to get into that.
All right, they got
It's sort of
stock.
like this one here.
So you guys got some good space here. Very nice, very nice. Beautiful. This is a great thing for Orlando. You know, I mean, this is a great move. I don't know. Did you guys? You know, let's come out here.
Where there's better lighting.
Also better background.
Sounds good.
What did you guys see in the market for Orlando? Why Orlando? Okay, you know what? Started Canada, correct? How many DJ depots are there?
There's only one.
There's one DJ depot. So this would be
This would be number 2.
number 2. Okay, so me and my man, we got ties because the original one is Ontario, correct? Ontario, Canada. I'm from Detroit, so you know we share lakes, bridges. We share a lot of stuff over there. We share
We're not
beer.
that far from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll share a beer anytime.
Yes. So now, when did the first DJ depot begin?
It was over 20 years ago.
Okay.
It became as a recording studio, actually, and then it turned into a bit of a record store, a bigger record store, and then he started selling gear.
Okay.
Owned by Chester Bryan, who was a sole owner for many, many years. He still is.
Wow.
The business is doing very well in Canada. And
Okay.
then I love Orlando, so he called me on a sunny summer afternoon and said, "Hey, Steve, know you love Orlando. How would you feel about doing something in Orlando?" And we started doing our research, and not a single DJ store within hundreds of miles. And
Wow.
you know,
Now,
Here we
are those guests that came in, or is that?
no, we have construction people in and
Okay,
out.
perfect. Because I can have you still go talk to guests, and I can still hold a conversation and show some stuff.
Yeah,
So I
no
wanna make
worries.
sure
No
your guests
worries.
are taken
Thank
care
you.
of.
It's very nice of you.
Definitely. Okay, so Canada, DJ Depot. Now we're here in Orlando. They did their market research. They said, you know what, we're going to go here, which is very interesting. You know, Florida's so big. There's so many places here, and you guys chose Orlando. I mean, we have, I guess, you know, there's Miami, there's Fort Lauderdale, there's Tampa. There's all these hubs of stuff going on, but that's really cool that you guys chose Orlando. Did you see, because like I always say, I think Orlando is a sleeping giant. I think Orlando has not blossomed fully. There's so much growth that's going to happen here.
I agree with you.
And so, did you guys see something about this city?
I've seen it. My family and I have come here on vacation usually 2-3 times a year. This is where we have come in the past. Ever since I was probably 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
Every year we're here once or twice a year to vacation. We've been here in the summer, fall, spring, you name it. We love it here. So what that also brings is a little bit of knowledge. I mean, I know a lot more now, having been here for a while, but it's definitely a town that is going up and up and up. And if you ever go downtown, whether it's a Thursday, a Friday, or Saturday night, even some Sundays, the party is happening. All these nightclubs are packed. People are having a good time. You know, it's really well attended. It's there.
Right.
I mean, we haven't even opened our doors, and we've had so many people excited that we're coming. It's just so good to see.
Yeah.
Right? It's so positive. It's so amazing, and it's so good to be a part of it.
That's really nice, you know. And he's right, you know. Orlando, just like the stock market, we have our ups and downs, you know, just like any city. And musically, you know, like the other day I asked, like, who's the king of Orlando? You know, we really don't have a king of Orlando. We don't have anyone that's like the king DJ, the king artist, the king of really anything. I mean, we got Mark Nee James, you know, he's probably the king of lawyers. But it's like the crown is open for Orlando. When a city has open for a crown, that means there's so much growth that still can be done here. You know, I work over at the Ritz-Carlton right down the block. And I don't know if you know or not, but they just approved we're doing a residence in there. So we're doing a high rise of $1 million condos, which is going to bring very influential people into town. It's going to help with our business and other business, and it's just a landmark that's going to pop up.
It's fantastic.
By iDrive, SeaWorld, all that stuff, and it's like right on the golf course. And this is like just stuff. It's showing. We're looking at other places like New York, Miami, and we're seeing what they're doing. For the longest, I've been trying to say, you know, we need the music vibe energy like Miami here. So we're trying to bring it here, and it's going to take people like you guys. They're going to step up in leadership roles and say, you know what, we see an open avenue in this city. We're going to bring a DJ Depot. We believe this city needs it. We believe we can prosper there. So it's great to see guys like you coming in this city, because if they didn't have the vision, they would have, just like a lot of artists, they fly right over us. They go to Miami, perform, and then they fly right out. So with guys like you coming in, maybe we can get some more energy into this city on the music, on the DJing, you know, stuff like that. So
I agree with you. I also think that, and just something that just popped in my head, if you ever go to Vegas, or if any of you have ever been to Vegas, you look around and there's life, there's lighting, there's LED panels, there's LED lighting, there are beautiful colors everywhere, not just the decor, but also the nice colors. And when I come to Orlando, I can name off maybe 5 or 6 hotels that have any kind of outdoor LED lighting. They're actually standing out. They're making a presence when you're driving down I-4.
Yes.
You see them, they stand out. And yet there are something like 500 hotels, I believe. No, sorry, I'm lying to you.
Oh, yeah?
It's over 2,500 hotels in Orlando.
Didn't know that, but not surprised.
Over 2,500. Orlando is the world's #1 tourist destination with over 68 million people visiting in 2016.
Wow.
By the way, out of them, 20 million come to Florida Mall.
Wow, 20 million come to Florida Mall. I mean, that's something to say. Wow. You know, hopefully they'll put some more money in the Florida Mall. I know they're competing with like Mall of Millennium and all this and that.
Yes, they are,
it's a challenge, but they got the Apple Store, they got the beautiful food court, so they have put money in there. They have readjusted and to keep up with the times and to keep stuff moving.
Yeah.
That's really good. So you notice the fluctuation of people coming, which is, you know, heavily needed for the city. So
and the lack of and the lack of creative lighting, the lack of LED panels, the lack of proper advertising. Like if you drive down the road, you see a small LED sign, it's got a couple things burnt out, and there is one out of thousands of businesses. You see one little LED sign, and you see it a mile away.
Right.
So somebody has invested a little bit of money into that. That's all stuff that we can do, that we can help bring the town. We can go into a downtown bar, venue, restaurant, and go, look, why don't you do this? And give them options, give them ideas. And now they have a place to go to where there are some creative ideas, right? And I think we all strive for that. We all want this
Yes.
this city to be more beautiful and more
Yes.
wanted. And we don't want people to just go to Disney or to Florida Mall or to Millennium Mall. We want them to go downtown Orlando. We
Yes.
want them to see the beautiful lakes. We want them to be able to walk downtown and eat at a restaurant downtown, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want that kind of thing. So we want that to be an attraction as well.
Very interesting. You know, a lot of stuff we touch on Orlando Real, you know, it's an entrepreneur show, it's a high performance show. And, you know, just like your lighting game, like if you're a DJ and you go out, you know, your lighting game, you know, competition is good. You know, capitalism is good. Some people don't like it, but capitalism is good. Competition is good because it makes you step your game up. So when I look into the world and I see other DJs like, damn, his gear is nice, his uplighting is nice, you know, like, wow. But I'm like, you know, that gives me thought and I need to step my game up. And, you know, everybody in Orlando, you're right, you know, the uplighting of a business, all these little things, you know, raising the bar constantly, making yourself and your brand, making it better. You know, we kind of get a say-away part in here because, you know, you say you're a partner, you're part ownership in here. Now that's great. You've been DJing since?
I was 12, professionally since
12.
I was 18.
So I've been DJing since 12, professionally since 18. So you started with tape, CDs, or records?
Tapes, 2 Ghetto Blasters when I was 12.
Tapes. Y'all know
Yeah.
about those tapes. That's how I started.
In a tavern in Austria with 2 Ghetto
Austria.
Blasters. We would use one Ghetto Blaster to cue up the song while the other one was playing.
Okay.
We'd have to be right up to it, right? We didn't have any headphones, nothing. Just a friend of mine and I, and we made people dance. We had 50, 60, 70, 80 people dancing,
Wow.
having a good time. And then years later, I started getting into vinyl and kept going with the tapes and CDs and now software. But man, these are still...
Oh, you've got
These are still my favorite, right? Nothing beats
he's,
records.
He's got the 1200s, y'all. That's what I use. I still can't get away from my 12s. There's something about touching them and the feel. I can't get away from them.
Yeah.
That is a pretty cool setup. So you've seen, as far as the industry goes, you've seen the record pools. You've seen everything switch to digital, this and that. You know, vinyl made a comeback. You know, and they're selling rare vinyls for crazy prices and stuff like that. What do you foresee in the future of this industry of DJs? Because we've got so many DJs that are bedroom DJs, professional DJs. We got a mixture. What do you foresee in the whole DJ game? Do you foresee more elevation? You know, like what do you see?
You know what I see? I see people going with things like Ableton. I see people going out there and putting sets together that are just absolutely amazing, mind-blowing, no matter what the gig is, whether you're playing hip-hop or electronic music or you're playing a wedding. You know, the things that you're going to be able to do and not necessarily overdo, right? I mean, people have been scratching forever. You're not going to go out to a wedding and scratch for 4 hours straight.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. As a matter of fact, you may not even want to scratch more than 3-4 times because who knows, right?
Exactly.
So everything has its place, but I think with everything that's happening now, the creativity that you can have if you put the effort into it, you know, a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and you can really enjoy yourself and can really be in touch with your music, your creativity, and get it across to people and see how they respond. You know, some of my best DJ years have been at raves. You know, I've worked with some really big names, some really big people, and while they were DJing, I was on the dance floor losing my mind with my friends, my girlfriend, whoever at the time. And that kind of passion, you know, but I was DJing and people were coming up and shaking your hand saying, "Thank you, you made my night." That kind of thing you cannot explain to somebody that doesn't DJ. When you're in a club and 1,500 people are jumping up and down at the same time.
Wow.
Whatever you're doing, you know. And I said DJ raves, but I've also done after parties for Busta Rhymes, Joe Budden. I mean, it was all hip hop. And guess what? I had a fantastic time.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what the music is, as long as there's enjoyment and you get the energy of the people, right?
Yes.
And you can do that more, I think, in the future, more and more, as people are getting into Ableton. Our first example, like I said, 40 people signed up already for music production classes. Haven't even advertised. We haven't done anything really to get people to come in and do that.
That's pretty big.
Right?
That's badass.
Because they want to take it to the next level.
Yes. And I believe you're filling a niche that isn't necessarily there. I mean, I'm a platform. People want to learn Ableton, want to get taught, and there's not too many options for them out here.
Exactly.
So that's a great
Where would you go?
Yeah. I asked myself the same thing. Where would you go? You know, as I heard about you guys, I'm like, all
Yeah,
right.
exactly. That's why I get knocks on the door.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's badass.
It's pretty exciting.
Okay, now, like the show is entrepreneur, this and that. Now, you're a partial business owner of DJ Depot. So, but you've been in this industry since, for how long? I mean, I guess...
Professionally 18, I would say, as a DJ, and then I started getting into light programming, started getting into sales, started getting into production, like full on. I've never done a stadium, not that kind of size.
Yeah.
I've worked with people that have, but I wouldn't say I would know how to do all that, line array, stacks and delays and all that. I know the philosophy behind it. But man, those guys, they're at a different level. So I'm not at that level.
Understood.
But I've done the production thing, I've done sales, I've repped for Harman, for RCF, American DJ, a bunch of different things, a bunch of different brands.
Well, then this is the perfect question for Orlando Real, because we have entrepreneurs, people that want to start businesses, people that want to get out of their 9-to-5s, take that jump. Now, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, someone like you went from a structured pay, maybe when you were doing the sales reps for these companies, correct?
Yep.
Now, when you went to DJ Depot, the full transition, you kind of had to jump away from the paycheck that you were getting from them and to jump into this. Was there ever like a gray moment where you're like, okay, this could be a little risky because I have this job here which pays all my bills and I'm pretty comfortable, you know? And now I'm going to transition into DJ Depot. Because was it a full transition or was it a partial transition with the DJ Depot?
You know what? It was a natural progression, I think, because as a salesperson, as a sales rep for all these companies, I've also done management consulting on the side. I've done design. I've designed sound system for a hospital, for a library, for a couple different halls and venues, lighting design, club lighting design, programming and all that stuff. Went from, and I was paid as a subcontractor. I was self-employed, and I did not just a sales job, but all these other things at the same time, all these other things on the side.
Okay.
So after having a couple of bad experiences with distributors in the industry where I was from, I thought, you know what? Why am I going to work for somebody else? I have to do my own thing at this point. And even though I'm self-employed, I'm still relying on somebody else, relying on their decisions.
Now, what year was this when that hit your head and you said it to yourself? What year?
I would say 2014, 2015 is when I started to really realize that, look, this is great. The pay is wonderful. When I worked for the distributor for Harman, I broke all kinds of sales records. I just went through the roof. And
for those of you who don't know, it's Harman
Professional.
Harman
So
Professional.
the guys that do JBL, Crown, BSS, DBX, AKG.
Okay.
Martin Lighting now as well. They
okay.
purchased Martin, I don't know how many years ago now, 3-4 years ago.
Any relation with the Harman Kardon speakers? Is it Harman Kardon? Are those
the JBL speakers?
Okay.
No, Harman Kardon, no.
That's
we
total
don't,
separate.
That's a home thing, and we don't get into that as well, right?
I didn't know if the name was linked.
No, it's just Harman is the group that owns. The Harman Group owns all these different companies, and now Samsung purchased them. So it's a really interesting dynamic.
Right.
We'll have to see how that plays out, right?
Right.
But pretty exciting stuff and pretty good product. I mean, I've done a lot of shootouts, a lot of demos, and like I said, the sales went through the roof, and it's for a reason.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so thought here hits your head. I need to do my own thing. I need to get transitioned into my own thing. What do you see? Do you look around? Do you see some friends doing stuff like the guy from DJ Depot? What do you look for? What happens?
Well, for me, it didn't really happen like that. For me, Chester Bryan, that owns DJ Depot in Canada.
Okay, his name's Chester Bryan. Chester Bryan, in case you don't know, Canadian. Well, maybe not Canadian. Is he Canadian? Is he Canadian?
Yes, he's Canadian.
He's Canadian too. Okay.
Yeah, he's in Toronto.
Toronto, Canada's Wonderland. I was there when it was built. Oh
yes. Very nice.
I was one of the first people to walk in there.
Oh, nice. Wow. Well, that's something good to say. Yeah. That's really cool.
So you transition. You fell in some type of meeting with this guy, like you connected with him?
Well, a really good friend of his is a really good friend of mine. So, and Chester became my customer through a couple of different companies.
Oh, okay.
And we started doing business together, and we started developing a friendship with him, his staff. and my other good friend as well. So we all kind of work together on a few projects, and as friends, we talk, and I come here on vacation to Orlando and go back and say, oh, it's amazing. I'd love to live there. What am I going to do? I'd love to just stay there. Yeah. My kids cry when they have to come home. They don't want to leave. Right. What's going on, right?
Oh, my Lord.
So he calls me, like I said, on a sunny Sunday afternoon. And I'm playing outside in the backyard with my kids. We're playing soccer, and I answer the phone. And
this is Canada, correct?
This is Canada.
Toronto.
Yeah. No, it's St. Thomas, Ontario, which is just south of London. It's most people won't know what I'm talking about.
In case y'all know.
But it's right in between Detroit and Toronto.
Okay.
It's like right in the middle. 2 hours.
Anywhere by Sarnia? We used to skateboard in Sarnia.
No, Sarnia is about an hour, it's right on the border,
right.
Port Huron.
Okay.
So I mean, that's right there. And I DJ'd there a few times, so I know that now.
We were big skaters back then.
Nice.
Go over there to skate, some big thing they had.
Nice.
Okay, so you're sitting at home, nice sunny day.
Yep.
Playing
with my kids in St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. All right, Canada, not the islands.
Yep. I got the phone call from Chester. Hey, you still want to move to Florida?
Wow.
Yeah, of course. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
He had an investor.
Okay.
We ended up coming down and meeting the investor, and then we ended up doing a lot of research. Mm-hmm. We did that for about 6 months. We visited all the competition. We talked to the staff. We talked to DJs. We talked to customers that would walk into a guitar center, and we'd find out little things from them, kind of feel things out. Mm-hmm. We found out the knowledge of the staff at our competition. We found out what they do for financing, for rentals, and things like that. So, and we were really shocked that everyone that we talked to said, oh man, there's no DJ store, or these guys don't know any DJ equipment.
Right.
There are so many other things that I could point out that really set us apart, that we just do so much better. And I'm not putting anybody down or not, I've just been in this industry a long time, so has Chester. So we kind of come in and we're like, okay, we're going to treat people right. Mm-hmm. We're going to take reservations for rentals. We're going to have the proper lighting showroom, so you can come in here and go, which light am I going to take? There's 20 lights. They're all on at the same time. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Well, how about we show you one at a time? How about we show you what it looks like when it's programmed?
Nice.
How about we show you when it's sound to light? How about we take the time that you actually deserve, because we want to earn your business. We don't just want you to go online and go, oh, it's $2 cheaper here. I'm going to buy it here.
Right.
I'm going to buy it from Steve because I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to call him when I have something. Even if I can't provide it, I'll give you the advice. I'll let you know. I'll share my knowledge with you. I don't know everything, and I don't pretend to, but if I can help, I will help.
All right. I'm sure your circle of influence, that your network system, I'm sure you can, like we said over there, you can guide someone to the answer, or to at least get you where you need to be.
Exactly.
That's great. So, entrepreneurship, you fell into this. Because now you're transitioning from managing sales into the entrepreneur category, correct?
A little bit, but really the only reason I bought into this business, well, first of all, I see the potential. Okay. That's the main reason I bought into it. The second reason is, with the one investor, come more investors.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is just not just one person.
Right.
We have more investors. So, this will give me the opportunity to train the management at this store, have daily, weekly meetings with everybody, make sure that we know what we're doing, how we're promoting the business, how we're handling, how we're moving forward. And after a few months, I can move on and open up another location.
Nice.
That's the plan anyways, right?
Beautiful.
What has been really not so good is the construction process. That has taken way, way longer than it should have.
Okay. So does this work? My business mentor always tells me, expect more money and expect more time, and whatever venture you're doing, especially building. He's like, if you need $250,000 for a project, he said ask for $350,000. You think it's gonna be a week of construction, take a month? Is that pretty much what happens?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got your team. Everything is getting ready to roll. Doors are about to open. What can someone expect when they walk into the door? Because it's DJ Depot, but also if you're a musician, it's got DJ on the front, but it's got different layers. So a magician, I call them magician.
They are magicians to a certain extent, right?
I know, making stuff crazy.
Yeah.
So a musician can walk in here, a DJ can walk in here. How about an artist? Well, yeah, an artist too, because you've got the studio, you're gonna have the full mics and all that stuff. So, I mean, you got a well-rounded machine here. What other person you think could slide in here? Because you got your DJ, you got your musician, you've got, well, I guess, man, you could have your entrepreneur here too, somebody that wants to do lighting, trusses. I mean, you got the whole shebang bang here, pretty much.
Yeah, what we really wanted to create was a DJ hub.
Mm-hmm.
So a DJ, pro audio, pro lighting hub. Anybody in our industry can walk in here and feel comfortable. They can come have a coffee in the lounge. You don't have to buy anything. That's not what it's all about. Right. We want you to feel comfortable coming in here. And we know that it's going to get us business, period, regardless of what happens. We just want to take care of people. We want to have them come here and be comfortable. You know, we have kids once in a while coming in from the school, you know, at the end of the plaza and just playing with equipment, and they were kind of shocked at first that we're letting them in and playing with stuff. And you know what, that's what it's about. Exactly. I mean, whether or not he buys a $1,000 controller or a $100 controller or a $30 pair of headphones, it doesn't really matter. Right? It just matters that he's coming in here doing this, and he has that positive vibe, and he's going to spread it to other people.
Yes.
Right? So and that's exactly what we're doing today. We're spreading all this love to other people and hopefully creating a community that anybody can just walk in here and feel comfortable.
That's beautiful.
Right?
That's beautiful. So you being a DJ, I'm going to lean towards, would you say you're still in an industry where, you know, this is what you're passionate about?
I love it. I'm not out there DJing. I'm not promoting myself. I'm not really doing anything as far as that's concerned. But yeah, I love it. I miss it. You know, I've retired a few times and got sucked back into it. I get retired in the name of, I want to spend my weekends with my kids. I don't want to wake up Sunday morning and be like a zombie, right? You don't know what that's like, right?
Exactly, yes. But you're still in the same niche industry.
Exactly.
So your passion of music, your passion of DJing, you've only grown. I mean, obviously this is growth from a DJ, from playing tapes to records to an actual business. One thing we like to ask, there's people out there in business, sports, whatever, failures are going to happen. Failure is part of life. Failure is part of moving forward. What do you tell someone who is going through a very hardship failures, trying to get to an entrepreneur position, trying to get DJ gigs? You know, something all of us DJ talk about, I can't get gigs. You've been in sales, you've been in this. What does a no or a failure mean to you?
It just means you keep trying. And I failed a number of times before getting to this position. And I mean, even daily we have failures that happen, you know, things that don't come. We've had so much product that we've ordered and, you know, it's 2 days late, 3 days late, things like that. And it throws things off. When we invite people to come in and take a look at that particular thing. You know, there was just so many times that I failed in my life that hopefully this is going to be a really great thing.
Have you ever had a great failure where you were thinking about giving up? Yes, in this industry. Not giving up as in I'm going to end my life or anything to that extreme, but giving up as in I'm just going to get the heck out of this industry. I'm going to go back into something else. And you know what? When I reluctantly gave up and did that, I got sucked back into it. Right? I went back into, I was a sales manager, a finance manager at a couple different car dealerships. Really nice car dealerships. Not talking about talking about Lexus, Toyota, big Ford dealership. So I was into that, and I got back into it because 3 times in a row, so after I broke all kinds of sales records at this company that was distributing Harman and all that, I was let go, and it was just really strange. It was just really, I don't want to get into it, strange circumstances. Right. No customer complaints, not one in almost 3 years, breaking all kinds of sales records. And I was still let go because of a personal thing that... Yes. Which happens, which we hear, we hear stuff like this, yes.
And it was really crazy because somebody tried to throw me under the bus and I didn't let them. I had the proof, I defended myself, and that eventually got me canned months later, which still, it makes no sense. So after that, I had another company recruit me immediately. Even before I was done, I had somebody recruit me on the 90th day, which is the legal time to let somebody go without any explanation or any, any more money to be handed out. Yes. I was let go for Again, no reason. This person just wanted my client list.
Very interesting.
Right. And then after that, a third time in the same industry, another company that was repping a certain speaker line that was doing really well. We agreed on so many things and signed a napkin and we shook hands and all that stuff, and it never happened. It was one of those things where after 2 weeks, I had a meeting with them and said, look, what's going on? I thought my pay was going to be this. I thought my customer was going to be this. Oh, I never told you that.
Interesting.
So, okay, well, I'm out of here. And after that, I was unemployed for probably almost a year.
Wow.
Almost a year. So all my savings, all my success, gone, right? And my wife had back surgery at the same time, and things were really, really stressful, like major, screws put in her back and all that stuff. Not a fun time. Not a fun time.
You were really going through it right at that time in life.
Yeah, really, really bad time.
What pulled you through those dark moments? What kept you going?
I don't think you have a choice.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, if you have a family that you're supporting, or even if it's just yourself, it's easier if you're just yourself, because you can just kind of, I'll just move hundreds of miles away and
on Johnny's couch.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. Right. When you have 2 young kids and you have a wife that's that needs a lot of help at the same time, you don't have a choice. You have to suck it up and you have to go on, and you got to do
against the wall.
Yeah.
I like that. So you just kept on fighting.
Just kept on fighting and, doing what you can. I did some painting on the side. I did some pizza deliveries. I worked in construction a little bit, whatever I could to take that $20 that I made that day and put it towards food, right?
Right.
It was that bad. And then I got sucked back in. Well, actually, then I got back into the car business for just 3 months. Again, I did really well in the sales, and then one of the companies that I just left in Canada, they recruited me back into it.
Okay.
Right? So it was really, really interesting. Really, really interesting times. Yeah.
All right. See, I always like to say, like, life is like a stock market. You got your ups, you got your downs. Gravity. Just like the stocks, just like the economy, just like the housing market. What goes up must come down. And it's that we always say we got 2 bank accounts in life. We got our emotional bank account, and then we got our financial bank account. And my mentor says they run even. He said most of the times you'll run out of your emotional bank account before you run out of your financial bank account. So it sounds like you've used that emotional bank account. It's pulled you to where you need to be. And we like to hear stories like that, like, this is a great store, this and that, you're looking nice and spliffy, clean shaven, Steve's looking fresh, he's got gear. But, people also need to hear the other sides of stuff too. It's not always, peaches and cream, everybody. We're going to go through struggles in life. Stuff's going to happen. And so it's keeping that mental tough. Like when he was going through tough times, he had to keep his mental tough. He had the wife just had back surgery, kids, and he just kept it moving. He had his back to the wall, like we said, and he just kept it moving. It's great to hear stories like that. You have to.
And you know what? It's good to have good friends that help as well. I've had some friends that helped me through, and
your network system.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, DJ Deep over here, my man Steve. Come on in, check it out, feel the gear. Come on in and touch the gear. And check out everything they got going on. It's going to be a great store. It's going to be a great addition to Orlando. One thing we always do on Orlando Real, we take it back. If you could pick up a phone right now to a 15-year-old Steve playing over there in Canada, and you had some information you wanted to give to him, what would you tell that 15-year-old Steve that's playing right now? Just to give him whatever you want to tell him. What would you tell him?
You know what I would do, 15-year-old Steve? I would really, really stick to DJing and get into and keep with music production. I started that and I stopped, and I should have kept with it.
That's good.
And I should have stayed with basketball too.
Oh,
I was pretty good at basketball.
Uh-oh, y'all heard that? Go Blue, U of M. All right, so it wasn't hockey.
No, could not skate.
Because he's Canadian, so that's hockey
no,
area.
Not this one. I was born in Hungary.
Oh, you're born in Hungary?
Yeah. So it's a soccer ball for me.
See, Steve didn't know I used to work for Wolfgang Pucks.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Wolfgang Pucks. They closed it down, Disney Springs.
Did they?
Yeah, they closed it down.
No.
It's gutted.
Oh, man.
I'm sure they're going to have something bigger and better coming in there.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this up. That's my man Steve. Come in and check him out. He's going to give you great information when you come in. Check out the Ableton. Check out the gear. And as we always say, peace and hair grease. Steve, you want to give a shout out to anybody? Say anything to the people out there?
Just want to say thank you for having us here. And please come by and say hello.
All right.
Thank you to Detroit Dion for doing this.
Definitely. It's my man Steve. Definitely. Thank you for having me over and showing me the facility. All right, y'all, come check it out. Peace and hair grease. We'll see you soon. I'm going to repost this on YouTube. One love.